Yes, in the good words of our guy Kirk Cousins, yes, we like that. So we back here on another Couch Coach Live, man. We here. What's going on?
I was paying attention to the intro, man. I ain't seen no Braun. I'm a little bothered. You know what I mean?
Braun is in there. Yeah, Braun.
Okay,
Braun
I just
coming
wanted- I
in the
just wanted-
tunnel. Yeah, Braun in the tunnel. Yeah,
Oh.
Braun
just
in the
messing
tunnel
with
with a Penguins jersey. Yeah, he in there.
I'm messing with you. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just another week.
How you dealing with all this rain?
I'm actually cool with it. I like it. Actually, it's a good thing. Man, because this weekend was too damn hot. I ain't gonna front. Like this is not my type of. The heat's not my type of thing. I hate the heat.
I'm hearing through the grapevine that your team might be having a practice area or something in the good 50. Where I come from, and Northern Virginia, we call it 55 land, the home of 55 land, which is Dumfries. Yeah. I'm hearing through the grapevine that they got something big coming up in that area.
Yeah, and I was going because is that area like metro friendly? Because I've been hearing like people saying yay and nay. Like I've been hearing, I'm not sure what it really entails.
Definitely. Well, you're from the East End, so it's a lot like that.
Well, I mean, as far as it's the metro, like as far as like, could you access through the metro? Is it like metro friendly?
Oh, through metro friendly through metro. I think
like
so.
Taking the metro.
I think so. I think all that area is because how traffic is. You know what I'm saying? Like Dumfries is between Dale City and Stafford.
Yeah, because I've been up to Dale City before, so like
we know that.
There, but
it's right by the right by the Army base.
Oh, by Quantico.
Right, Quantico, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's basically Dumfries.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was my biggest thing, is as long as it's like metro friendly, because it's one of the things where just coming into town, because that's the thing that was my biggest thing about the next stadium is that it's metro friendly, because you think about this for the simple fact of like parking, and it's a headache. Like when I go to FedEx, I tell you, I have not drove to FedEx in like about 10 years, like literally. Like I've been to a game about because driving there it's a nightmare. Like I'm telling you, it is literally a nightmare. Like coming out that parking lot at like 5 o'clock after a game day, and trying to get on, and you in the right lane, and then 495 is the most left lane. Trying to get through that is like I might as well just get out my car and walk to get on the 495. It's that bad. Like so. Then once I found out that it was on, that FedEx was on the blue line and the silver line for the metro, I'm like, I just take that, and I'll walk 2 miles from to get to the back, to get to the 2 miles. Yeah, it's about 2 miles from I think the exit is like Morgan Boulevard. So I get off that where the mall and stuff at, and then you just gotta go. I'll take you compared to being stuck in traffic forever.
I know back in the day, I know certain parts of Dumfries is bad, but it ain't like some of the places that we probably would call. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Some of the places that you would probably call rough too. It's not rough no more. Like they rebuilding everything up there.
Yeah, it's just more so. I just more so like from just like a transportation aspect. Like it's as long as it's on the metro. Because my biggest thing is I wanted to at least be. I thought I wanted to be like in DC, or I wanted it where RFK is at. So because it's because you just hop on the metro, you can really park and ride and go on the metro. That was my biggest thing, especially like, because normally when I go up to FedEx, I park my car like I go like to Springville or Reston and just drop my car off and just go, and then take the metro up to FedEx.
Right.
It's simpler. Yeah, that's all I really worry about at this point. As far as if it's metro friendly, because who knows how much it's gonna, and then you got to pay to park. That's another thing too. Is like, I'm serious. That's a big, like, the parking almost costs just as much as the ticket.
Is it gonna be they like practice area?
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty much like pretty much everything. They're gonna have their headquarters there, the stadium. They say like a big shopping area, like big, for the Commanders, like, as far as like a merch, like a team store, and then also like other restaurants and bars and stuff like that. So that'll be perfect. That'll be kind of like the one-stop shop when it comes to, that'll be perfect for people that they want to actually, patronize those businesses, and also, you want to make this, spend the night, especially if it's a situation where, spend a weekend out there. You have everything compared to what it is now. Everything's scattered because obviously. Right. But I think if they do the team headquarters, we already know like Richmond's out the picture pretty much anyway. But
that's what my next question was. Yeah, they don't have it in Richmond anymore. That's what my next question was.
I don't know quite yet. I know they said they was going to make an announcement. I'm assuming they're probably going to make an announcement in the next few weeks after OTAs is over, like the official, all those are over with. I know last year they came for like 4 days, and they said they're not sure if they're going to come back this year or not. I hope, but yeah. So I'm assuming with that, and I think that it's a good idea because I think, when we get that new stadium, obviously that's going to open up opportunities. Hopefully, the World Cup be here 4 years, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to be in by then. But a lot of people saying it's 2027. So if the World Cup comes, I think they will be in DC. I think.
So they're trying to put a stadium in Dumfries too.
Yeah, they're trying to put all that together. They're trying to put
everything together. They're gonna have the games and everything.
The game, the team headquarters. The team shop, like all that, because they wanted to be like almost like somebody. It's almost gonna be like a park, like as far as all that's gonna be all together, like it's all gonna be in that area. Which I mean, I'm cool with it. I know a lot of people because I know people like in that DMV area. I'm just like they mixed, and I'm like all I worry about is it metro friendly? Is it, I'm serious. Like, I mean, because you think about it, you got to think about it now, especially in the modern day NFL. Like, it's already bad enough that you got to pay. Like, I mean, the park is ridiculous. You look at like what's going on, like at SoFi, people are spending hundreds of dollars to park their car. Like, people are literally damn near about to pay their car. And you think about it, 5, 6 years from now, you'll be paying a car note to park your car for 3 hours.
Right.
So I'm so I paid that $15, $20 to park at the metro station and take the bus. I mean, they take the bus, take the train up there. So that's but yeah, I think it'll be a good thing. Obviously, if we, that it'll host the World Cup, and then also we'll have the opportunity to have a Super Bowl because the way they're saying it's gonna be like a dome stadium. So we'll be able to get a Super Bowl. Hopefully it'll be multiple Super Bowls where, so that'd be a good thing where hopefully, because that was really the biggest goal really is, hey, we knew we had to change the team name. We knew this was going to happen in order for this to go forward. We had to do all this type of stuff. So hopefully this comes to fruition, like that that this happens. I mean, it'll be good. It'll be good especially for Virginia.
Right. I wonder how the people in DC feel.
Yeah. Hey, this guy come with a better offer, and it's just like, I mean, it's weird, like, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I'm neutral when it comes to type stuff because I'm really not, I'm 2 hours away.
Right.
And I'm really just, hey, all this to me is confusing. And the biggest argument is it's going to be traffic. I think wherever you put it, there's going to be traffic. It's regardless. Hell, if everybody say, "Oh, it should be a DC traffic, Maryland traffic, Virginia traffic." This the whole area, all even the three
I will
considerations.
say this. I will say this. Because my route was out there. If they could just get that fixed right before as soon as you pass Falmouth, right before you get to Stafford, if they get that fixed, traffic would be a little bit better. Because you're talking about Quantico would get spread out to like 6-7 lanes. It's really no traffic there. It's just steady flow. The only time it's traffic is when it's an accident or construction, where they're trying to get everybody to merge. It's just one little spot right there as soon as you pass Falmouth or before you get to Falmouth, right before you get to Stafford. Once they get that fixed, and it'll be better. And they're going to be as bad as what they make it out to be.
Yeah, and because traffic's going to be traffic. And that's the thing where it's gonna be there regardless. Like, and it come up 95. It's always, I don't care what type of day, anything, it's always gonna be traffic. You just gotta make time for it, really, because you can get stuck in something between, especially if you come from Richmond or coming further south than Richmond. You will get caught into something.
I wonder how it is. I wonder how, because I know people got to be late for work every day. Got to be. I wonder how they set that up.
I guess the more thing, it just depends. It might, just get up early, or whatever. Like, hey, if I know I need to be at work at 10, if I know the commute is on like an hour or so long, maybe I leave 2 hours, an hour extra to bad time for traffic. It's crazy. I remember I had a job interview up there in a few years back, and it's crazy because one guy I knew who lives up there. I asked him, I was like, so what time should I leave Richmond? He was like, man, I had a 10 a.m. I had a 10 a.m. interview. This man told me, you better get up, be on 95 at 6 a.m. And I was on 95 at 5:45. And I got that interview at like 9:50.
Man.
I was like, never again. Like, nah, like. I was like, damn, it took me 4 hours to get up here. That's crazy. When he told me that, I was like, something that took me 2 hours. Because crazy thing about it, when it was done and everything, I was home probably before 1 o'clock.
Right. That's why when I go to Ohio, man, I like to leave in the evening, or I like to leave late at night, or I like to leave extremely early because I want to get past that area before maybe 5, definitely before 8. You know what I mean? But anyway, shout out though, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see how everything come into play, and we'll see. It's progress. I'll put it that way. So that's all we need. We definitely need to get rid of be out of FedEx soon. So
too many old memories.
Yeah. No, it's just an old stadium, man. It's almost 30 years old. It'd be 1997 it was built. It's an old stadium. You think about all the stuff that happened, like sewage is falling on people, on fans stuff last year. Twice last year, I think. All kind of stuff. And Jalen Hurts almost got killed, almost got hurt. That when that railing collapsed. We could have ruined that man's career. Like, I like okay, like that place is terrible. Like, it's time for a new stadium. So, any type of progress, I'm now, even a groundbreaking is almost like we get ready to move in. Like, so no telling. This is just the first step. So it's always progress. But yeah, so let's talk games. They've been kind of it's been kind of I tell you, TNT is really saving the playoffs, honestly, with inside the NBA and then the pregame show. But so we had the Mavs and the Warriors. Obviously, last night that was the Mavs did save themselves from being eliminated. So they, Cancun on 3 is postponed for another day. So, Luka had 30 points, Dorian Finney-Smith had 23, and Reggie Bullock had 23. to lead the Dallas Mavericks to a 119-109 victory. Thoughts on Game 4?
No offense, you know me, man, who I rock with. So I like the Warriors though. I like what they play very good team ball. I love the chemistry that they've always had. But man, they should have lost to Memphis, but they didn't. If they wouldn't have pulled old boy's knee, you know what I mean? they should have lost to like even this. Like really, the match should be either tied or up. You know what I mean? It's like they lose focus. I think this last game, they started paying attention because you can see the Warriors, regardless if they're up or not, they go hard in the third quarter. And then they sustained their lead during the third quarter this time. But then they got lenient in the fourth quarter. And it's like, and it's really the 2-3 zone or their playing zone. And they did a good job in the third quarter, which was they was doing a lot of cuts. But while they're in the zone, you know, you got to move the ball and you got to cut. And they just ran away from it. It's like they forget exactly what they did the first 2 quarters, or you know what I mean, and just lose it. It's kind of getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It agitates because I'm like, why are y'all doing so much one-on-one? Why are you shooting threes? Let me explain to everybody about the Warriors. People think they shoot threes, and they do. It's once in a blue moon they do an isolation. I'm a dribble, then shoot. Curry usually do it off a screen, or he'd do it a certain way he can get it up real fast. But they make a lot of their 3-pointers based upon how they move the ball and then transition offense. You know what I mean? Like if they run to the basket, they pace so fast. They drive to the basket. They're not trying to really do a layup. They're trying to kick it out. You know what I mean? Because they know them shooters are going to run right to their spot. But I don't know, man. I was very happy that I was very pleased with Blaylock because in Game 3 he didn't have a good game. He had a decent second game, but third game he didn't run away from shooting this time. He stayed consistent. I would like to see more out of Dinwiddie. Let me see. Number 42, I can't say his name for the Mavs. I want him to stay aggressively.
Who is 42? They ain't Bertans. Is it? No, they ain't Bertans. What 40? Yeah, that's Bertans. Yeah, that's Bertans.
Right, Bertans is doing well based upon his game, but they kind of piggybacking on him for defense. If you watch the Mavericks since the bubble, he kind of hurts them a lot because he misses a lot of 3-pointers in the playoffs. So like it's not, he has a decent shot. He just need to keep his confidence up. You know what I mean? But I'm sure everybody's saying the Warriors should win, you know, going home. But
yeah,
if they just keep confidence and just stay consistent, man, the Mavs can come back. They really should be tied.
Yeah. Yeah, especially you think about that Game 2 situation where they were, you know, pretty much was in the driver's seat and then let Golden State come back. But Golden State have had these situations, especially in that Memphis series, where it's like, all right, you had the team dead to rights, and then all of a sudden now you kind of let them kind of creep back in. The same thing going in this situation with Dallas, where this is another one where, and that's the thing that I think that's really frustrating about Golden State is more so of, hey, like this off and on switch that they keep on turning on and off. Like, yeah, it can work against, like you said, a shorthanded Memphis without Ja Morant.
Right.
And now with a team, especially, and I think with Dallas I think that you really got them on the ropes. I think like that Game 2 was kind of one of the things where I was really shocked that they came out, not more so shocked, but more so just the simple fact of, hey, in Game 4, that Dallas did come out, because I definitely thought after Game 3, like this series over, we're not going back to Golden State, like for certain. Because I was like that Game 3 really kind of like was a true test. I thought to me that Dallas wasn't going to come back, but you know they proved me wrong. But what they've done, you know, and it's gonna be. And I'm really glad like guys like really stepped up in Game 4, because I know like Reggie Bullock. Like, now that was funny. Like, he had 0 points, but like in Game 3, like right after he won the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Social Justice Award or whatever he won,
right,
came out flat. Nephew came out flat.
Right.
So then also Dorian Finney-Smith, he did his thing. So
And he did it. He was a big one
yeah,
last night.
he balled
Real
out
big.
yesterday. But yeah, and like I said, the only thing that, like you said, really saving this series is the TNT crew. Honestly, like what they're doing, like that's what's keeping me up watching these games. Honestly, like I gotta watch Inside the NBA, and like they just keep on like just keep on keep giving us comedy week night in and night out. But I think it's gonna be one more night tomorrow night. I think they're gonna close
Yeah,
this thing on out. Yeah,
me too. But let's be honest. Are y'all
yeah.
paying attention to Curry and Thompson? Like, it's a lot of things that we usually make. They're not. I think everybody's getting old, bro.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
everybody's really, really getting old. And this is, this core team right here is different. There's no Livingston. Iggy ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? There's no Barbosa. There's not these other guys that kind of like kept a flow. They got Poole there, but last night they said it. They said Poole's offensive game has stepped up, but he's going to have to do some more things based upon his defense. And if they smart, I would piggyback on Poole and for real back him up. But the Mavs played this slow pace, which is cool. They can't do that all the time. They have got to speed it up and understand that those guys are old. You know what I mean? So you got to keep them on their back feet. You're playing into their hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope they figure it out. And the offense can't run through Luka. It has to run through Brunson. Like Luka has to play off on him. Luka has to be the isolation player when they need to get a shot up. But it can't be him in mid-game, playing around and dribbling the ball, and it's not within the offense. It's horrible, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Luka, yeah. And I like, it's getting to that point where it's I know this is so weird, like especially you're looking like the blowouts now, and this is actually another perfect transition. This one has been intriguing, but obviously I think Miami and Boston has not lived up to the hype. Obviously, you look at like a game 4 where Miami came out flat, like literally, like I'd never seen a starting lineup was that cold, like as far as starting off, and I mean it was horrible, like. So and now we got a couple guys kind of coming back in the fray. Obviously, what? You good? You good?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
So Miami and Boston, we got game 5 coming up. As we are now, we on that live now. So no Tyler Hero for Miami, but also Marcus Smart is coming back into the lineup. Who you got in game 5?
I don't even want them because I'm a Laker. I've been liking Boston since the Nets, and I'm just watching them, and I'm like, man, they really ain't even a deep team. They dangerous, man.
Yeah, and that's just
look. Okay, bottom line is, who's Miami superstar?
It's Jimmy.
It's Jimmy Butler. Is he really a superstar? What has he giving you for him to truly be a superstar, or is he really a Robin that's on steroids?
Right, and that's why that's the biggest question with Jimmy. I'm gonna give Jimmy the credit, like you said. I think more so he is like in theory, he is like it would be somebody's Robin. Like I think he would have been perfect in Philly, being a Robin to like a Joel Embiid, like
right.
and Ben Simmons. Well, yeah, Ben Simmons.
Think about it. If it was right, and Ben Simmons, or even now, think by him having Harden there and then Butler. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's only gonna give you 1 or 2 games. He can't do what he did in the bubble. I was watching Mike Tyson's podcast, and he was sitting with Custom Model when Nomads happened. Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray, the first fight, and he said that was the most beautiful fight he ever seen. And Cuss told him he said, I believe that Roberto Duran would never hit that mountaintop. And when I saw him walk out, even though, remember that game, he went all crazy and he left the press conference and he could barely walk. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, man, that might be the best you ever see him. That might be the best you ever see him.
Yeah. So to go back to the kind of, so I think he's like a fringe guy, like not fringe, but more so. I think consider the fact when he came out of college, he was really more so like a defensive specialist. He usually could be your best perimeter defender, and what
Right.
he
He's
has
smart.
morphed into, yeah, but what he's morphed into, I gotta give him the benefit of the
Right.
doubt.
Right.
He has really elevated his game.
He has.
So yeah, and my thing, like you said, I think he would be like if he would be like a second fiddle, he would be great. He'd be like the closeout, like how he was at Philly. So I think, but he is there. He is a superstar per se. Coming from where he came from, I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt because I can understand if we had high expectations coming out of him. He's really has exceeded his expectations. I will give him that.
All right. So then in the East, right. So he's in the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yes.
And I'm just saying, do you really have? I'm looking at the team, right? And I'm like, okay, who is their consistent scorer? Like, I think maybe the offense need to go through Bam, and it's not. It's going through Jimmy. Maybe if they went through Bam, maybe it'll open up for Jimmy. Maybe it'd be easier for Jimmy. Like you got shooters, you got all that. I'm looking. I'm like, damn, who the hell playing now? You know,
like, and that's but worse for them though. But they can have that kind of committed type of offense. You can have a night where Tyler Hero goes off, Bam could go off one night. That's the thing with them. It's kind of, I'll put it this way, like I'm gonna give him the doubt that he is a superstar. It's just from what
you stretching it, but I'm gonna be with you, and he is a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general, like I'm not tripping off Jimmy Butler. All he gonna do is talk and make you play harder, which is cool. But I mean, I'm just saying, man, like I don't have that much faith in him, like talking about.
Yeah, but that's the thing where I think he in essence, like he can get you through. He can get you through it. Like you said, to your point, where he's gonna have some games where it's just like, hey, he's expend. The bubble's a little bit different. The bubble was like that was a totally different animal. Like in that game 5, like I think that game 5, everything was on the line for him. And I think, and I will give him credit, like, hey, he stepped up in that game 5, even though our guy, my nephew, he didn't close out. Your boy Danny Green didn't close out. But
so that's what I'm saying.
But right,
he gonna throw shots.
No, I'm serious though. No, but that's family around.
Talking about.
I ain't talking about Danny Green like that, but get well, Danny Green. Get well, nephew.
I'm just saying, he and you know what? I'm gonna give him a shout out too because this is their second time being in the position that they're in. They are successful, but I'm just saying now it's I feel like I'm watching Houston. I'm watching the Rockets or something. Like you there, but like you gotta understand, man. The Celtics, that core is back. Horford. Mm-hmm. Brown and Tatum. They done played together.
Speaking of that, and it's funny how you talked about last week, we were looking for a Jaylen Brown kind of like a breakout game. And lo and behold, he ended up getting that game.
And I think if they'd have kept Tatum out, they'd have won that game.
And that's where that game 3 was really tricky. That was kind of one of those things where it's like, I was like, that was like really tricky. Like, like you said,
mm-hmm.
And that's what the kind of form is that we would kind of, like you said, that you were looking for him to have, where at least in a semblance of a game, like not to say like he, to carry this team every time, but hey, it would be nice to, hey, could he get a 40-point game one night? We know he has the capability to do that. Now It's like
he's an all-star.
He's not right.
He's an all-star. He's a multiple all-star.
I mean, but like you said, it's like he's that second guy. But like you said, there would be nights where he needs those. You need a guy that can do the 40, put up 40 in that type of effort. So yeah, he came to play. He can't. So
it was shots that I didn't even think I didn't want him to even shoot. I was like, no, you ain't got to do that. Okay, bro. You know what I mean? But now, then you see the next game after that. That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's good coaching. It's upstairs, Pat Riley.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And they always find these guys, they always find these like needle in the haystack or what we call bargain basement deals. Like those $5 DVDs you see at the store and it's at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And it's an Academy Award winning movie that you can find for $5. That's what he be doing. And that's another thing why Miami is good. It's almost testament to Eric Spoelstra, where like we talked about him last week when we did the East Conference preview, like as far as what he has done, and even in the post LeBron Miami Heat days, and he's in essence he's kept it stable. He kept it where they still have been like a perennial playoff team. They did go to the NBA Finals, so they still kind of keep that same balance. So everybody kept on saying, well, that off the backs of D Wade, getting the backs of LeBron and all this, but he's still continuing to, and he's done a great job with developing young players. Vincent Strauss, all those guys, just even down the line, even the other ones in this I call it the post LeBron era. In this last 8 years, he's had guys that's just you look at like guys like Duncan Robinson, even though he's not he's another guy who was like a needle in the haystack. Tyler Herro, he can fall in that stuff, but it's also one of the things with him coming from Kentucky, it's almost just like he's kind of expected to be in that kind of role in a sense, because I really want to lump that into like as far as, but he went to a great situation, because a lot of things you think about Kentucky, you think to yourself like, oh, you're there to be like a lottery pick. So it's just like kind of one of the things where they've been very, they've been successful as far as what they've been doing. So they'll continue to will continue to have those type of developmental guys that just come out of nowhere and just create depth. Like it's crazy, but
yeah. like okay, who, you don't mind me asking, who's they starting lineup?
Their starting lineup, because let's see, we got Bam. I know Strauss and Vincent has been playing because Cal Lowry's out. Who else is on? Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually pull that up real quick. Because I know Vincent and those guys start. Let me pull that up real quick. But it's just interesting of how that kind of all comes into play. Like I always find it really interesting.
The reason I'm saying that is Victor Oladipo. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Is Victor coming off? Is he coming off the bench?
Yeah. So you got it's okay. Let's see. You got Bam, PJ Tucker, Jimmy, Cal Lowry, and Max Strauss. Yeah. So
Victor should be starting. Victor should be starting. He should be starting. I would rather have Kyle. I would rather have Kyle Lowry come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather him come off the
bench. Because Vincent was starting in the place of Kyle Lowry. We know he'd been in and out the lineup. So Kyle Lowry back in game 4. In game 5.
And Victor been balling, B.
Yeah, he's been like kind of off and on. Like he has like, I call it like semblances of games. Like, he'll be good for good little stretches and then don't, and then the next one show up.
Because even though he's been hurt, I still will look at him. I mean, he is a guy. You know what? If he probably wouldn't get hurt, you can kind of compare him to a Jimmy Butler. Let me explain what I mean by that. Jimmy Butler is like we say, okay, he's a superstar, but he had to grind to get there. Victor carried a team at one time. You remember that? He carried a team. He carried a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he got hurt. So it was some weird trades happen, right? Or did he get hurt?
It's a lot of stuff because I mean he carried the team somewhat low key in Orlando, and then he went to OKC. That didn't work out. Then he went to Indiana, became an All Star in Indiana,
Right.
and then like injuries. It really has literally ever
Yeah.
since like I mean he's had injuries since.
Like crazy, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing too, where he was another guy that came out with a lot of fanfare. Like you think about like what he did in Indiana, like people looked at
Right.
him as if like, yeah, because he was a lottery pick. He was a guy that people was really, really high on, and he really helped the Indiana team to some, um, some pretty good situations in 2013. But you know what? It's just it's the most it's weird though. It's weird like how
13.
yeah, because he's
Didn't he
he's in
play
that
for that?
draft.
Play for that? He did. He played for that Pacer team in 17, right?
Yeah, because he got drafted by Orlando. Because remember he went to Orlando,
Right.
then he went to OKC because yeah he went to OKC because remember that was no he was there that year that Russ kept on
I
saying
got you.
all
Yeah,
because
he
all the
was.
people
He was.
remember because it was
Right.
like oh he trash and all this type of stuff.
Right.
That's when he
But
won the MVP year. Then what he ended up doing going to Indiana, going to Indiana, becoming an All Star and
right.
all that's
So
concerned.
I'm listening to everything that you're saying. He got, and he was hurt. He ain't hurt right now, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. But it's an opportunity for him, and it's a big opportunity. Like camera action, where you can say, "Hey, I'm still Victor. I'm the same dude. I still got some of that burn in me." Like I've
yeah,
been watching. I watched a few. You know, what I'm saying a few of the games, and I'm like, "Yo, he's still." But you got to make him a weapon. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You like Kyle Lowry, Butler getting hurt, all these, high, hero hurt. So you say, "Hey, we still got this dude that used to be an all-star." A lot of championship teams, that's what happened. You have a guy who used to be an all-star or used to be that, but now he's just being like somewhat of a role player. Then you give him some more responsibility, and he understands because he used to be that guy. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So I was like,
yeah,
if I'm looking at this Miami Heat team, they got all these other things, and it's keep these stars keep getting hurt. And I'm like, PJ Tucker can score a little bit, but he definitely gonna be there for defense.
yeah.
You might want to take some of that off of Butler too, so he could focus on what he really know, which could be defense. They can run the ball, but I believe Victor can get him some 20 something points, man. If they
Yeah.
what I'm saying, let him go ahead and do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they
I
got
got more
no
faith in
boost.
him than a lot of those other guys.
Well, no, your boy Kyle Lowry, man. You better put some chips in the bucket for your boy Kyle. For your boy, for your boy.
Kyle
Yeah.
Lowry trying to get a charge or two. What? Huh?
Hey,
What?
keep ring chasing and getting that and get your money, Kyle Lowry. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But so let's we got the NBA out the way. We got a future NBA superstar in the thing, and I don't want to talk about this because of just the outrage that has come about this, and it really sickens me to my core. And I'm just and it's just I'm serious. It's really it's certain things like to me things don't a lot of stuff don't bother me. Like, but then the part of you is like certain things just really trigger me, like as if like why as a society, why are we like this? Why are our people like this? So let's allude to that. So obviously, Bronny James, we call him our little honorary, our little nephew. We can call him our little nephew, right? That's appropriate, right? I mean, can we? You know,
Yeah, that's
am I
fine.
allowed? Am I allowed? I'll put it
That's
that way.
fine. You can call him that.
All right, so let me pull this out. Okay, and let's see if you're able to see on the screen here. So this is a picture of LeBron James Jr., aka Lil Bronny, at his prom this weekend. Obviously, we all know the reason why this is a topic. So everybody went on Twitter and pretty much had a pretty much had a disdain for Bronny for going to the prom with this young lady. And the thing that really made me upset about this is people were just so upset that a 17-year-old child took a white girl to the prom. And I'd be thinking to myself, there are
What? She
grown
ain't Cuban.
adults.
She ain't Cuban.
We got adults. We got people that are double and triple his age worrying about what a 17-year-old kid is going to the prom with. And I got more to this, but I'm gonna let you kind of do your thing on this one, Mel. Your thoughts on this on the social media backlash behind this picture.
Well, one thing I don't. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's what we live in, you know.
Yeah.
You know, uh, just to say this, like Jada Pinkett Smith can somewhat sleep with a younger man, and Will can still be made fun of because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. If it was the other way around, they not gonna complain. I mean, hell, don't our vice president isn't she married to a
dude? Yeah, she's married to dude.
So I'm just saying it's 2022, man, and you know, I don't really have much to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Like my baby mom is white, so I grew up a little different than living in Akron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Akron got some of the most beautiful women in the world too. Every flavor you want. You know what I'm saying? And it's the other things that they know, how they make you feel,
Yeah.
But I'm a military kid, so I grew up around different things, you know what I'm saying? Then you start working in certain areas, just things change. Like his son is not from the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he even played basketball and went into the league. Like he's not in the hood, and then he's LeBron James Jr. So then you got to deal with, is this friend of mine, this young lady is, we don't even know if are they dating. They could just be friends going to the prom. You know what I'm saying? That could be just his homie, or we don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? But, they are calculated also. They're not dumb. You know what I mean? So I'm sure mentally they got him ready for whatever was to come. And probably, I'm sure, had the young lady also, because I'm sure that she's probably getting a lot of negativity also. You know what I mean? When she can't help who she is or what she looks like, you know.
So, I'm like, I'm jealous because these kids, these prom, like these kids, these prom, like they be looking fresh. I be thinking myself when we were coming up, it's like we look so old, generic. Like these kids like got vibrant colors, like with a bow.
Man,
like, they showing their Achilles, like
right. It's like, stupid, yeah. I just went to the barbershop not too long ago and was listening to this older guy who was probably, probably 20 years older than me, talking about how they was dressing in the 70s when they went to the prom. They ain't look nothing like that. You should have seen them butterfly collars and tuxedos looking like you know what I mean? He looks happy. That's the most important thing. He looks like he was having fun and he was happy, man. You know who didn't look happy though?
Who?
His little sister. His little sister said, "Hey, something ain't looking right."
Yeah, I didn't
something ain't right.
I didn't like the caption that people were saying to that picture too. I'm just to a point where, like, to me, you gotta let kids be kids. Like, to me, and like you said, and we don't know the severity of this. Like, this man is a junior in high school. Like this could be his girlfriend, his friend, it could be anybody. It is just a prom date. Like, how stupid you guys are gonna look. And it's just like the whole situation, like to me, like I think what made me like really triggered about this because that he's 17 years old. I know it's par for the course, and I know he's not just your average 17-year-old kid. Obviously, he's LeBron James Jr., but in the same token, he's still a child. And that's the thing that really like kind of upsets me about the situation, because it's almost like, yo, we gotta really stop. We really gotta chill about doing stuff like this, where it's like, hey, this man's a teenager. This man is a child. Like, we cannot like sit here and and have these type of energy towards kids, like you said. And if it was the other way around, if it was in Perfect example. Malia Obama. No, it's who the oldest one? Sasha's the oldest one, right? That's the one that
I
go to.
think so.
So she's been around and she's dated. She's been seen dating, white men, and no one says anything to that extent, and no one really should either, because even though she's of age, but to me she's still a baby, she's still a child. Like even though she's grown, but to me it's just like if, like you said, it's like it's that thing that kind of like when it's a black male with a white woman, that's the problem. And to me, it's like I hate that that's even a situation that I have to bring up. But it's just the whole social media thing that just killed me. At first, I thought it was a little bit funny. Like some things kind of funny, like certain things, like the maybe somebody posted something like Dr. Umar, like a gift for that. I thought that was a little bit funny. But then when people were saying, well, he need to be dating a black queen like his mom, and I'm like, really?
The weird thing but it might really be certain things. Everything. I was listening to people, Kendrick Lamar came out with a video, and he was changing faces and stuff. Yeah. Nobody's listening to the first words that he didn't rap. He says, as I get older, I realize everything's about perception. Yep. And then, so even though she don't look like his mom and don't probably know his mother's struggle, she may actually treat him like his mother do.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something that, we don't know that. Like a lot of times we do that. We'll date somebody and it'd be something like sometimes I'll be in a car with a female, right? And she'll be driving and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like I'm with my cousin Jasmine. So I feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I know how much my cousin Jasmine loved me. You know what I'm saying? She loved me more than a lot of people who should love me a certain way. She'll put me on that. You know what I'm saying? And she's always done that. So sometimes when I'm riding with a female and I see how she rolling and how she move, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm with my cousin Jasmine. So I would get close to that female. Yeah. Either I would kick it with them or I'm just going to be their friend. But I know there's love there because she make me feel like I'm around my cousin Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got to have something to talk about, B. That's what social media is about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he's a kid. That's the thing that kind of gets me, where it's like, to me, that's where us as adults need to draw the line in the sand when it comes to these type of situations where we talk about a child. Like that's the thing where next year he's fair game. He's 18, even though he'll be a senior in high school. Right. He's 18. He's an adult. He grown, but he's 7. He's a child. He's a minor. Like that's the thing that's really, to me, it's sickening, because like I guarantee you, if it was the other way around and I guarantee you, and this is let's pull people to the curtain. If it was us two heterosexual men, and we criticize a 17-year-old black girl with a 17-year-old white dude and they're dating, guess what they'll call us? Pedophiles. Wow. I'm serious, and that's the truus.
Wow, we busting our opinion on her, right?
Right. If not even saying that's us, but it's men, us as men. If any men did what women were doing Saturday night, talking about LeBron James, we would be considered pedophiles. Right. Right? Am I wrong? No. Right. So and that's one thing it's like, but we know as men, like, we're not doing that because, hey, we men, we're not gonna cross that line as far as criticizing children. Like that's where I'm like, that's where I draw the line. Like, dude, like he's a teenager.
The crazy thing about it is, I was more or less like, damn, Bronny James got a nice car. He growing up fast.
Oh yes, oh my God, that Mercedes Benz. Oh my Lord, that was clean. I was like, oh.
But I was more or less, and it's weird too, because if you really pay attention, man, like I got a bunch of friends whose kids are graduating. My brother just got his master's. You know what I'm saying? And it's so cool to be able to see a celebrity you know, and like his son is a celebrity too, to be able to say, hey, he going to the prom. So it's like we all kind of going through the same thing and growing up together. You know what I'm saying? Even though they celebrities, but it's like, damn, he going to the prom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all going through the necessary same things. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing of social media, also, that they can show that.
And it's like it's cool, like you said, it make you think, make you kind of go back into a place and like, damn, I might have been born 20 years too late. I mean, too early, because I would have pulled that off. That's y'all.
You know, that's what I always had told you anyway, man, about Bron. Like, I remember he was walking around and he had his PlayStation 2 and on his side with the million controllers and shit. You know what I'm saying? The wire, with the cord. And then like now to see our peers and like I had my buddy Collie's son just graduated, my homegirl Kim that made us the nice sweatshirts, hoodies. Her son graduating, like it's all this stuff, and I was like, we all kind of like growing together, and we able to put it on social media. But at the same time, it's easier. Tank had said something on Drink Temps that made perfect sense, but it just seemed like people regularly be negative and complain rather than just seeing something positive, because that story is extremely positive to come from nothing, and then to be able to have people complain about your son, you know what I'm saying, with probably what kind of car did he have? It was a Benz.
Yeah, he had a Benz. I forgot what it was.
Coming out of a Benz with a very expensive looking young lady. You know what I'm saying? She looked like her parents. You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't, they fixed her up. You know what I'm saying? Especially where he comes from. You know what I mean? That's really a positive thing. American dream.
That's Brentwood, bro. That's Brentwood family. It's like, yo.
But everything you're saying is right, man. Those are discussions that's got to happen. Like if we said something like that, it'd be a problem, you know?
Yeah. And hey, you know, it's one of the things, hey, but you know, shout out to Bronny, man. That boy clean, man. But yeah.
And you see Chris Rock make a joke, he gets smacked. You see Dave Chappelle make some jokes about such and such, and he gets triggered. And then somebody runs on stage to tackle. Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. People we just living in some coward BS days, bro. Like it's so
you make comments and then you passed, and then they rub your name through the mud. Happy that you passed.
Exactly. Shout out to the Godfather. Anyway.
You try to decide to speak to administrations because you want to know what they want to do for our race, and then people drag him through the mud. You know what I'm saying? They say go make Friday movies.
Exactly. Anyway. With a bunch of aunties that's past their prime. But I'm gonna be quiet because Lord, Vivica Fox will be on my ass if something happens. But anyway.
Who you talking to?
Well, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, shout out to the auntie gang over there.
Hey, Vivica Fox will talk bad about me, but I don't want to hurt Lisa Ray's feelings. Forget that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I rebuke everything that I say.
Speaking of that, bro, like watch, like no, she the only one that be coming for you, and you know even, but Claudia don't come for me. Don't come for me. I accept her for all her flaws at this point in my life.
Me too. Lisa Ray, Lisa Ray, you want to go pick out some white clothes for me?
Who you telling? Like, we good on that one, but just but everybody else, I know, right? That's nothing. That was just so whack. Like, they were lame for that. She was lame for that. Just her singularly, she was the one that was lame. But yeah, shout out to Claudia Jordan, man. You know. I'm just saying. Look, we gotta move on, but right. So we gotta talk about it. I always find these lists very funny. Like, obviously, we're really, pretty much in OTAs at the, Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
We getting into the groove of things, about 2 months away from training camp. But we have a Peter King NFL Power Rankings um, update. So I'm gonna actually pull that up real quick, and
Let's check this out.
it's gonna be interesting. This list is I call it very peculiar at best. So I think the thing that really sticks out, let me see if I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I think what really kind of stood out to me, like it's getting smaller. All right. But okay, so with that being said, I'll get so yeah, we had this list here. So I think the one that really was surprising, when we do the top 10, obviously Peter King has them as has the Buffalo Bills number 1, the LA Chargers surprisingly at number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs, the LA Rams, the Green Bay Packers without Devontae Adams at 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6, Cincinnati at 7. The Baltimore Ravens, the boys from the Avenue.
Avenue.
8. The Philadelphia Eagles, fell is 9th. And then round out the top 10, the San Francisco 49ers. And then, so your thoughts on the power rankings, high, low, that stood out?
I don't know what they saying that, man. Like it though. I would say the Bills in the top 5. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the Chargers.
Yeah, 2 was kind of half of me. I was like, maybe top 10. I say maybe.
Yeah, I mean, all of those, a lot of those are top 10. Yeah, he's bugging. Like even the Ravens, man, they don't have. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something else.
Yeah,
the Chiefs. I don't know. They've been, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, since that Super Bowl, they've been going down. They still got that boy and that other boy, but at the same time, they done lost somebody.
They ain't got Tyreek, though.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. And he don't have the Bengals there. He think the Ravens is really, huh?
He got them 7. He got them over Baltimore. Yeah, he got the Bengals at 7. Yeah,
he did have a 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was really shocked that the Eagles was ranked 9th. I think that was kind of
that's
I think honestly, I keep on saying I think because that's that buzzword I don't like. But anyway, the Chargers, they're going to be much improved. They were pretty much a timeout away potentially for going to the playoffs. So they're going to be a good team. They're going to be a double-digit win team, I think, this year. I think they'll all get it together. I think they would be maybe to me, would have been outside the top 10. But it's this buzz. And, a team that I'm really shocked that he got in on this list high as they are, the Detroit Lions. I was really shocked he had them at 20th. Detroit's going to be competitive. Don't get me wrong, but they still, I think they would be probably in that 25th through 28th range for me. So they're going to be competitive. They're going to fight hard. But I still think Detroit is still going to be, and I know people say that they got an easy schedule. And I'm like, when you have Detroit on your schedule, you look at it as an easy schedule. So, unless we see a change in this team. So, and then to me, the Washington Commanders at 26, I'm like, huh? What are you doing here? What are we doing here? Why are we so low? But that's okay, because guess what? The Cincinnati Bengals were 27 last year and they went to the Super Bowl. So,
right.
So hey, and I think 26 is just really even so in other words, he got us better than the Seattle Seahawks with Drew Lock as their quarterback. Okay, good luck with that. The New York Giants, good luck with that. And they even got the Steelers, which I'm at 23, and I'm like, Don't sleep. I'm telling you, Joe. Like I'm telling y'all, with Mitchell, Joe Montana, Trubisky, don't sleep. I'm telling you, like even though you look at that, and now I'm really thinking now with what's going on in Cleveland. I'm thinking your boy D White ain't gonna play this. Well, I think he gonna play, but he gonna play later in the season. So I think that's gonna be another situation where I think Pittsburgh can creep into that third spot, and
Right.
and can potentially, can potentially compete with Baltimore and Cincinnati, because I definitely
Right.
think Deshaun Watson at the. I just got a funny feeling they're gonna come down on him. I mean,
Yeah,
after
especially
spending
with what HBO is doing. That's crazy.
shot of
That's
Soledad
crazy.
O'Brien. Oof. Let me leave that alone. Boy, best be quiet for you. Let me just relax. I like
um
anyway, but yeah. Let me stop acting
so
like a
let me ask, I got a question. Do you
yeah.
think Baker should have kept his mouth shut and he might have messed himself up?
Yes, yes. And we said that from the jump. I'm like, yo, you cannot say stuff like that because like this is a perfect opportunity. Like, because what if the NFL suspends Deshaun Watson for a year? That's gonna give you a year, and then imagine if you ball out this year, you make the playoffs. Guess what that's gonna do for you? That's gonna
Right.
get you money. That's gonna get you somewhere. That's gonna get you paid somewhere. So
Right.
and then like and people and this is a perfect example where now he might be stuck and just kept his mouth shut because this could be a perfect opportunity for him to start for this football team. And then considering the fact and somebody I forgot who it was, but I think a lot of people don't want to do business with Cleveland because of this Deshaun Watson contract. Because
Oh,
now
really?
the price has gone up because nobody's like you paying this man $230 million guaranteed. So of course everybody know that they need to get rid of Baker Mayfield. I mean, I ain't taking that off your hand, and you that's on you. Like because now what you're doing. So now Kyler Murray, he's next up.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson. That's the bar high. Like they don't want the NFL owners don't want to be spending money like that and having and guaranteeing this man 230 and even on top of the legal ramifications. Just imagine if you got you got a guy that's unscathed of all that like Kyler Murray's or the Lamar Jackson who don't have any of these like don't have any like litigations anything behind them.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a guy that we not even know if he's gonna get suspended by the league, and you give him guaranteed money, like so it's just like the price has risen, and I'm not doing business with Cleveland because you really have you're messing up for all of us because now we're gonna have to pony up and get our quarterback because he set
Right.
the bar. Because that's like with Baltimore. Because to me, if you're gonna get a Sean Watson that kind of money, and I'm the youngest in MVP in NFL history, even though that'd be almost 3 years removed from that, but I'm still gonna command that. So that's the thing where it's like, look, so that's why, hey, you giving this man this kind of money? Oh, you can give
Right.
me this kind of money. If you gonna get it to him, and but and then another thing where I'm just like, but yeah, the list is kind of interesting though. I was even and I know this is gonna sound really crazy. I was shocked that Dallas is at 15. I'm really shocked,
Really?
especially when it comes from the AF. I figured that Dallas would probably be higher. I like in that
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 12, 10 range, like 10 to 12 range. I was really shocked that I figured like as far as when it comes to AFC rank, I mean the NFC East rankings, that
Mm-hmm.
they were especially with there's a question mark as far as Jalen Hurts at the quarterback position for Philly. I definitely think they was gonna that they would be that high versus they
Mm-hmm.
got a guy like a Dak Prescott, and they even though they lost two of their receivers, Cedric Wilson and also Amari Cooper, but and then they lost like Randy Gregory and a couple guys on that team. So I definitely thought they were going to be a little bit higher. But I like this list though, and like to me, At 26, we're gonna prove Peter King wrong every week. That's the thing I like about it. I want to keep this in my memory back pocket, and I can't wait. I can't wait to the Washington Commanders go to Arizona this year in Super Bowl, and I'm gonna have this rankings in my back pocket and be like, you know what? They doubted us. They doubted us. The Washington Commanders. When we make it to the playoffs, we win our NFC East championship this year. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that.
So you really think that they doubting you?
Of course, they sleeping on us, and that's fine. And I like this list. That's why I love this list. People,
It's
the criticism,
perception, man. Like,
no, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because of a guy as respected as Peter King disrespecting the Washington Commanders. This is perfect. This is the perfect storm. This is something that needs to be plastered in the locker room, and be like, look, guys, a guy that's been covering the league for over 50 years think you are the sixth worst team in the NFL. Goddamn, proven wrong. They even they got us above Seattle. Let that sink in. We one spot less than the Jets. Let that sink in.
That's why you put this on here because you feel it.
We got the Detroit Lions that are higher. They are ranked 6 places higher than us.
Yeah, that's what this is about. You seen that? Said no. We got to talk about it.
A team that bites kneecaps and only wins 3 games a season.
Man.
They got you over them, and you got upgrades in just in every position. You got a better quarterback this year. You've improved a couple things on that team. 7-10 team is better than the Detroit Lions. Okay, yeah, Arizona. Let's see, the Giants. Coach and Brian Daboll, that's going. Yeah. Ooh. Then you got a healthy Daniel Jones. Good for you.
I just want to know why they
I love it. I love it.
Why they keep why does it seem like they just won't? They just know that these Bills. When they gonna stop believing in these Bills, man? God,
I don't know, but I think this one is weird. Like with the Bills, this could go either south. It is weird because Buffalo. I think we're ready for that collapse because a lot of it too. Because I remember when y'all went up to Orchard Park, and y'all beat them in week 1. We was like, this Buffalo Bills team's a little bit of a fraud. But then they end up kind of coming together. They had some questionable losses. I think that's when they lost the Monday Night Football game against Tennessee. So it's just one of those things where it's. And even despite of all that, they still did their thing this year and made it to the playoffs and got a little bit close. Well, not a little bit close. They about the same because they played them in the division round. And then now the pressure's on you now because they had to change the overtime rule because of you. So because they felt as though damn, you should have got an opportunity to have an opportunity to score in overtime. So. It's one of the things where that could be deemed as a Buffalo Bills rule. And then I think also too with them now getting that running back, I think getting I can't believe I forgot Dalvin Cook's brother's name, but I just call him Dalvin Cook's brother. That's gonna help their running game. And then I think getting a guy like Von Miller is gonna help them too. So they've made some good upgrades. So I think to kind of to add on to the season that they had. So I definitely think they'll definitely be Super Bowl contenders. They'll be a team that a lot of people will look at as a team that could represent the AFC in Super Bowl. So I can see that.
You think the Packers really gonna be good? Right.
I think so. I still with them having Aaron Rodgers there. They, even though their offense is gonna suffer, I think initially he might have one of those years, I think 2014 where he kind of started off slow and he tell us all to relax. This was it reminds me of where they might start off 2-2 or 2-3, and then he tell us, hey, relax, and then run off 7 to 8 games straight, and then they'll be 13-3 again and lose in the conference championship game. So.
That's what he's good at.
Hey, I mean, that's all you can. That's all you can hope for. But Yeah, this is a very interesting list. And then I was really shocked with the Saints too. I think the Saints was the team that kind of was like, you got Jameis, Dennis Allen's the coach. They're kind of going through somewhat of a transition. I thought that was kind of rather odd. So
sound like to me he just made that list to stir up shit.
he did. Oh, he definitely stirred the pot over here and around these parts. He showed. Oh yeah, the pot is overflowed like over here. Like yeah, I seen that. I was like,
you gonna treat us that way, okay?
26, like 26, like you got to be.
Man, he put us 23rd. Come on, man.
I know that's another one. That's another slight too. Where I think, like I said, I think y'all be better. I think better than the 23rd best team. Because I say it as a joke as far as calling Mitchell Trubisky Joe Montana, but I think he's going to be a solid quarterback. I just hope that y'all give him the benefit of the doubt and don't rush Kenny Pickett because I definitely think Mitchell Joe Montana Trubisky can have a year this year. Like to me, I think he's in a better system than what he was in Chicago. So I definitely think he can. That's a perfect team for him to be, because he can almost have like a bear-like impact where if y'all take care of stuff on the defense and just let him just kind of cook a little bit, let him use a microwave. We let Russ cook, but let Joe Montana Trubisky kind of use a microwave and kind of cook in that regard. I think he'd be all right. So, but I'm telling people, man, them fourth quarter comebacks in 2020, man. People keep on sleeping on my little nephew. I be telling y'all, man, like
because it just seemed like he hit a nerve a little bit.
Huh?
Seemed like he hit a nerve a little bit.
No. Struck. Oh yeah, when I seen that list, I was like, I gotta add this out. I gotta have a previous on this. But no, I like it though. I'm not mad. I love it because it just lets you know. And he even said to himself, like, hey, I do some one-offs, like something, like some teams like last year, like Cincinnati had like 27 or 28, and look where they're at. So out of all those teams that he kind of had it slotted that can make a run like Cincinnati, I look at the Washington Commanders. So hey, bring it on. The clock is ticking. September 11th at 1:00. We're gonna show what we're really about. Thanks for the pre-OTA motivation. So
it's just I think you just taking it too far, man. Because the list is whack. You can tell it's whack. It's possibilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
where do you have the Cowboys at?
15th.
See, that's what I'm saying. So he think the Eagles is going to win.
It's better than the Cowboys. So I'm like,
they go cool. I should have known.
Yeah. I said it was ranked 9th, and that's the thing. That's why I like, and it's really that's the thing. That's the beauty of it too. I like these type of lists because it gives you that kind of like, all right, this is how y'all think we are. Before we head to the preseason, cool, right. cool. And I'm like I said, I'm with it. So I like these type of situations. But
I see.
but I'm good. So let's round out our final topic of the night. We definitely got to talk about the Pro Bowl. So the NFL owners are meeting for their annual quarter meeting in Atlanta. So me and those voices, I swear, I gotta stop doing that type of stuff. I go to these cities and they gonna be like, look. You need to tone that down.
No, they ain't, man.
In Atlanta. But anyway, so the NFL owners are meeting for their quarterly meeting, and one of the things that are on the table this week is potentially a elimination of the Pro Bowl in place of others they call skilled, what call showcasing skilled competition that are showcasing players in the league. So, your thoughts on the Pro Bowl potentially being canceled?
I've never really watched it.
What?
And no offense, as I'm watching it, it's not. I don't know. It's just it's not like they play, but are they really playing? They try not to. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? I'm saying what I mean by I never really watched it. I just didn't give it like, oh man, they playing, they doing good. You know what I mean? Because they're not trying to hurt each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they know it, and they trying to figure out a way to I don't know. I'm not tripping. Let's just say that.
Yeah, you know what I find is so funny about all the type of situation where the Pro Bowl, it is trash, and like, I mean, it is what it is. It's just one of those things where it's just like it's kind of like that. It really has lost its luster, and I think the last time the Pro Bowl that was really good, I want to say it was in 2010. That was the year when New Orleans and Indianapolis played the Super Bowl, and that game was played like in Miami. And so Peyton Manning was a captain of the AFC, Drew Brees was the captain of the NFC, and then at the coin toss, they come out with the team as well. And I thought that was like the coolest thing to do stuff like that. But we all know in every Super Bowl that these guys necessarily won't be the captains of their teams potentially. So that was the last kind of cool thing about the Pro Bowl. Obviously, when it used to be in Hawaii, I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that was kind of one of those, like, it's a good benefit. But now it's like it's being played like in Orlando. I think last year was played in Las Vegas. So a part of me is like, and then it's just like people make the Pro, like, because then think too where you have the Pro Bowl a week before the Super Bowl, so guys who are in the Super Bowl, they won't be in there. So you get a guy, and I hate to say this out loud, but you get a guy like a Mac Jones who makes a Pro Bowl because the simple fact of, I think Joe Burrow was supposed to make the Pro Bowl,
right?
And he ended up becoming like, obviously he went to the Super Bowl, so. So it's just one. I don't even think Joe Burrow. No, I don't think he replaced Joe Burrow. He replaced somebody. He might have replaced Patrick Mahomes. I'm not sure, but anyway, Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler this year, and you think to yourself, and this happens all the time where guys make the Pro Bowl. And I hate to say this out loud too, like my nephew Joe Montana Trubisky, he made it a couple years back. And I don't think he necessarily deserved to go to the Pro Bowl. So it's kind of one of those things. And then the game itself is just so lackluster. Like it sucks. Like they don't tackle, and rightfully so, because why would I risk an injury on a meaningful game like this? Like I would go in for a tackle and tear my Achilles and be out next year. And hell, it's my contract year,
right?
And so unless you give me so. In the skills competition, I think that would be kind of interesting. But a part of me is like, I think you just really, honestly, just scrap the weekend and just get us going with the Super Bowl. Because like to me, ever since they changed that format, like where it's before the Super Bowl, it sucks. Like versus after the Super Bowl, they give that final week, but then it's like it's weird. Like.
Yeah, I've always tried to figure out like what should they do. Baseball definitely got the home run,
right?
And this and that, and and the All-Star game for the NBA is probably one of the best things for the simple fact.
Yeah.
You remember back in the day, where they used to have like the school joint that came on early Saturday morning, like midday Saturday, and be hosted by Will Smith, and they have all the students there. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, it's so silly,
you,
bro.
Man,
but I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I remember that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God, man, to be a 90s kid all over again. My goodness, man.
Word, man. I
yeah.
remember that, man. And like the
Legendary.
NBA did a good job for the All-Star weekend. Like it's
Yeah.
an event. You know what I mean? It's
And
almost like they gave us those extra NFL games. You almost feel like, damn, maybe I should have made like a extra bye week or something
yeah.
at a certain period of time of the year where it could be like a little break. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that I don't know. Maybe it'll push like, you know what I'm saying? Because you already know November is so important. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So maybe that week or 2 weeks in October, you know what I'm saying? They could have did it then and made it a big thing where they have pee-wee football players and I don't know. You got all these damn little stupid ass food. I don't know, B. I'm just throwing some shit
Yeah.
out.
And the only thing is, and because football is such a physical sport where guys get injured, so it's kind of one of the things
Right.
where it's like, why not go out there and risk it? But you can do like skills competition. But part of me is like, I really think they should really like that weekend. They should start doing Super Bowl
Right.
kind of bleed over into that and just make the Pro Bowl almost like the all NFL team. Hey, you made it to a Pro Bowl, like in Madden. Like you don't play the game no more. You just know that you've been a Pro Bowler. So
Mm-hmm.
almost in that sense where because to me it's like I think they should just could start doing some starting Super Bowl coverage that Sunday, and then not say maybe move media day to that Sunday. And I'm thinking about that, like as far as what you could potentially do, or like how those pep rallies for those prospective teams on that Sunday, and let everybody fly out that Sunday night or Sunday or whatever, or first thing Monday morning, and start that more so than anything, because you know the NFL, when they throw something in the air, it turns to sunshine at this point. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever they do, and it's crazy thing that's in even a Pro Bowl, we think in most respects is a misstep, but it still be getting
Right.
millions of views. So it's probably the
Yes. I
most
mean,
watched thing to be watched on a Sunday and the first Sunday in February at this point. It's probably still the
right.
most watched, and it might be better. Might be better than in the NBA game on ABC that day.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Because people love,
yeah.
people love
NFL. But yeah,
the
and
NFL, man.
then another thing too,
For the
what I don't really
NFL,
like
man.
about the Pro Bowl too now, but because that's when Kobe died. That's why I like, and that's crazy. I always think about that too. It's like when like that was Pro Bowl and that's the day that Kobe Bryant died. It was like, oh, like that's another thing too. Is like you know how that kind of happened in the middle of the Pro Bowl, and that's another thing I always think about, even though that was 2 years ago. But I had thought about it last year, like almost it's like what's gonna come out this year, like what's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
something that and it's something that we remember something like that off of the Pro Bowl. But I think it's more so if they should just get rid of the game, because it mitigates the risk from the players as well too, because like at parties like
You know
what if
what
you
what an
get hurt,
all-star game is though, right?
huh?
A lot of time in the all-star games, it
Mhm.
show you like different players get a chance to play with one another. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They may have some type of chemistry that you didn't
yeah.
know.
What was good was like Stephon Diggs and Westgate was going against each other. I thought that was the right, like really cool. Him
Mm-hmm.
and Trayvon Diggs. I thought that was cool,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of
But
the
you know what
day,
I'm saying?
how long it's gonna
Like you,
last? Yeah, I know.
like some of those players, man, they don't probably
Yeah,
never met one another, this and that. And they
yeah,
get a chance to play beside each other, this and that, and then they see
yeah,
like, wow, man, I ain't know you did that. I've always wanted somebody to watch that side. You know what I'm saying? They realize they
yeah.
ain't got to do it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and then I remember too when they did the draft where it used to be like with NFC and AFC teams, so you'll have like guys playing in different conferences, but then I think the draft got everybody confused because it's like, all right, Patrick Mahomes is throwing to like Stephon, not Stephon Diggs, but who could be a wide receiver in the NFC, like the Cooper Cup, something like that. It's just like, all right,
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes in the AFC. Cooper Kupp is in LA with the Rams in the NFC, and it's like I think everybody just got thoroughly confused. Like
Right.
it's just weird, like how that all comes to play. But yeah, I just think they just need to. I think get rid of it and then just have start the Super Bowl coverage. Do something like that Super Bowl related or sue something of that
What do you
nature.
think they're gonna do?
I don't know. They probably gonna do like skills competitions. They might just do that, like as far as, but then I think initially they probably do that. Like like the those obstacle courses and stuff like that.
Right. I know what it is. I know that you do. Have
Yeah,
some of the best stars and play a great game of Double Dare. Remember Double Dare on Nickelodeon?
yeah. They gotta find something because like it's getting to a point where it's like they're gonna mess themselves up. Like and then because what's gonna end up happening, a guy's gonna sustain an injury potentially, like not a season, maybe a career-threatening injury potentially, especially if you're a guy. Imagine if you're a guy and you're a contract
What
year.
if they play flag
Get
football?
hurt. They do it now. I mean, not really, but I mean, that would be kind of interesting. They play flag. I mean, it would be fun, especially if you got like a guy like a Tyreek Hill. Like, could you literally get his flag? Like, that'd be wild. When you sit down, and you think about Tyreek Hill, like. Because you remember you seen the jump when he played. You see it now. This is totally off kilter, but you see the situation when he played flag football with 40 women. You ever
I
see
think
that,
so.
bro? Like, yo, this dude is fast as hell. Like, I was like, yo, this when they call him cheetah, bro, he is literally a cheetah, like in human form, like. Man, we did that. I was like, yo, that's crazy. And that even because of sense, but it was 40 people. 40.
Right.
Like he outran all of them. He ran out all 40
He
of them women. Like,
fast.
right.
As Skinny
That's what
Black
I'm
said,
saying.
boy, that boy fast. He real fast.
Right. And then you think about it, if you get 40 people all together, like, yo, you know how much ground that you could potentially cover?
Right.
And he covered all that. Like, yo, that's unreal. And like this, like, and I think too, like you had like a speed competition. Like, and they did that last year. Let's see, like, who's the fastest man in the NFL. I think that's another thing. Well, they have all different types of competition. So I definitely think like the fastest man or what, or what have you. So I think they could do a skills competition coupled with some start Super Bowl coverage or something like that, something of that nature. But yeah, I think get rid of the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl is I mean, I still watch it though.
Do they even have baseball all-star game?
Mm-hmm.
They do, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. But all I remember is the home run.
They have that Monday. Yeah, then they had an All-Star game on Tuesday. Yeah, that'd be boring.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's almost the same as because they're not trying to hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then that's really right. I don't understand like the NFL because like I would want to be out there. Like especially if I'm in a contract year, and I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it.
Right. And that's the same really what's going on with the NBA. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like a lot of those dudes not in the dunk contest and things of that nature because they're not trying to hurt. So you know what I mean?
I don't blame them. Because now it's different. It ain't like how it used to be where, hey, I'm paid. So it's almost like I need my money to keep on coming. I need that. So I
then unless you play with what's the Maury, what's his name?
Who?
From Philadelphia. Yeah, unless you play for him, he'll get you your money if you play for him.
Exactly.
If you're not, it's an issue.
But yeah, I know, right? So let's put a bow on this week's Couch Coach Live, man. Any final thoughts before we head on out?
Man, shout out to everybody who graduates, has been graduating. There's been a lot of people graduating, so many. Just want to send love to them and congratulations to them and love to the families. I'm sure y'all are proud. I want to send definitely love and strength and good vibes and all that other stuff to Buffalo and definitely down there in Texas.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Remember when we was down there working and it was some shootings down there then. You know, it's been especially in that area. You
4 years ago. Yep.
So shout out to the parents and sending love, man. It's really young kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really young kids, man. But besides all that great show, man. You know, next week,
Yeah. And I echo your sentiments, man. Just hearts go out, especially that in Texas, man. Like, it's one of the things where it's just like when we dealing with kids, man, we dealing with elementary school children. It's just like it's one of the things where it's like it, regardless of your circumstance, it's gonna hit home. It hits you, and it's just like you think to yourself, like, when is this gonna when are we gonna become more proactive in the situation and actually roll our sleeves up and actually fix this problem? And it's one of the things where it's like this is enough. Where it's like you got these elementary school kids that were 2 days away from their summer vacation, and then this happens, and you got to think to yourself, like, I mean, your heart goes out to this, and these babies, man, these are babies, man. We ain't talking about. I mean, and like we said, even with Buffalo, those are adults, and even regardless of them, victims are victims regardless of the age. But for kids, man, these elementary age school children, man, they this shouldn't have happened. Like, it's just one of the things where it's like where we need to take these things seriously. I can't even believe to think that we get ready to hit that 10-year anniversary of Sandy Hook, and we're still dealing with this type of situation 10 years later. So it's just one of the things where, hey, this needs to be a wake up call for our leaders in our political realm to step this stuff up. Like these kids, these parents should not be, having these type of fears. It's already bad enough that we live in this crazy world that we live in now. What we used to deem as a sanctuary, a safe area in school, and now that's another area where we have to be on heightened alert for. These kids is there for education, and they have to worry about this.
Right. During that pandemic, a lot of those kids was at the house.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I know we speaking on it, but I always felt like that's where they wanted to go anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your kids be at the house and they can do all their stuff during, through the laptop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just stuff to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
Shout out those, sending prayers to them.
Yeah, and also shout out to the graduation. I think Elsie Bird had their graduation today. I seen a lot of those the future leaders of America out there, and right in my backyard at the Siegel Center. So able to see that. So that's kind of cool seeing, and then all these other schools. So
yeah, I said
cool thing to see. Yeah.
My man Kali Goo was there. My homegirl Kim was there. I'm sure some other ones. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yeah.
Yep.
Carmelita's granddaughter. Yeah, man. Shout out. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's be kind of cool seeing all these graduates from the various counties in Siegel Center the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it'll be fun. Definitely huge shout out to the class of 2022. That's so crazy to think 2022. Like, and man, 20th anniversary on the horizon. Oh my God, I feel old as hell, boy. Oh my God, I still think to myself, like, that's crazy. Like, dude, I've been out for 20 years. That still trips me out, man. Like,
you want to know how old you are? Look at the Yin Yang twins. You be like, damn.
I know, right? They've aged. And I like, but it's crazy, because I know we get ready to have a 20-year reunion. So I like, it's crazy, man. Like, God, like it's wild. But
I'm sitting here thinking, because my daughter's doing that now, with the new car. So like she like doing her little Apple thing, right? And so she'd be like, Dad, I want you to tell me more songs. So I'm doing like Jodeci, SWV, Black Sheep. I'm doing all this music, just giving it to her, right? So I'm just sitting in my mind to think there and just, what if I was a female and I was like, hey, play the Yin Yang Twins, and then listen to the song and said, Mom,
What?
you would listen to this type of song?
I
Grandma,
know,
you listen to this?
I know, right?
You
What was
listen to
passed down to the
this whisper
generations, like,
song?
right? It'll be like,
Really,
yeah,
Grandma? You was listening to this whisper song? Wait till I see
exactly,
what? Grandma.
exactly. Like, what? Yo, that's wild. Like, yo,
Yo, that's
and
hilarious.
don't let them play the unclean version. Oh my god, yo,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
like all of it is just like, yeah, this is
But
like a
you know,
kind of
it's
yeah,
there's songs that people always gonna listen to, and then it's gonna take you back to that time. So when I can see people to the window, to the wall, to this way, they
right.
forget that your grandkids is in the jail.
Exactly. And be like, you're right, that's what's gonna happen. And that's why I ain't
That's so,
surprised. And I'm telling you, going back, I knew what was, when people be thinking like that hot girl summer, all that type of stuff, they
right,
was doing that stuff even back in the day. Like
right,
I remember I ain't saying this out loud, I'll be quiet. But yeah, I'll leave that alone. But yeah,
right, right.
I'm a reformed guy. That was 17.
Let me
That was 17, but I'll leave that alone.
Hey, let me put this damn drink down before I get myself in trouble.
Correct. Like I want to project the image of a wise old man now, not a
Right,
not a little hormonal teenage boy. You know,
right,
that was
right.
many moons ago. But anyway, but yeah, another great show. And you gotta check your social media.
Yeah, on my bad. The Sean Morgan Facebook and DT Morgan 78 Instagram.
Yep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Couch Coach Live. Check out the podcast anywhere you get your podcast on Apple, Spotify. We're there. Also, goalie.com. Use promo code Couch Coach. Get 10% off. Another great show. Once again, we'll be back Tuesday. We'll have the Hoopers with us next weekend. I mean, not next weekend, but next Tuesday. So we'll be previewing the NBA Finals. So we're on our way to a not coast to coast, harbor to harbor NBA Finals. So hopefully we'll have the matchup that I envisioned last week that we talked about. Golden State and Boston, the harbor to harbor matchup. So
Come on, Mavs.
No, they done. Oh my God! Speaking of done, yeah, trust me. Yeah, they done.
Am I wrong that I'm sitting here like I know somebody from them three words are going to get hurt? I kept saying like one of them three they gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna get hurt. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah, but they rolling. But but they in their way though. That's the thing. They in their way. But I don't think they could be able to do that in the whoever you play East. Maybe maybe Miami, but I don't know if you going harbor to harbor, you better take care of business. That would be dope though. Golden State and Boston playing. Two ports in the harbor separates us two.
You probably go for Gold State. You had such a good time there.
I mean, oh my gosh, it's funny when they always be panning to San Francisco. Man, because I think they were building that I think they Brown one even broke on that stadium when we went out there. But
For real?
I was like, yeah, because they moved in that they should have it. It might have just but yeah, it was nice. Yeah, San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco is
Your girl getting married, man. Halloween.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when she getting married on Halloween? Like actually the day of Halloween?
I think so. She said Halloween.
That's interesting.
Right.
Hey, congratulations.
Right, that's what I
said. But yeah. So yeah, this has been this week's Couch Coach Live, man. We will catch you guys next week. And we are out.
Welcome.
All right.